So let's differentiate and find do the slope chart, okay, and find the critical points, the min and max points. So I'm going to differentiate that expression. Okay, so it's going to be the derivative f prime of x is equal to 6x plus 5, okay, times x minus 4 minus, and the derivative of the bottom is just 1, so it's just be minus 3x squared plus 5x plus 2. That's going to be all over x minus 4 squared. Okay, so multiplying this all out and combining like terms, I'm going to end up with 6x squared minus 24 plus 5, so minus 19x, okay, minus 20, minus all of this, 3x squared plus 5x plus 2. Okay, so combining those like terms, I get 3x squared minus, that's minus minus, so it's going to be minus 24x minus 22. Okay, and that's all over x minus 4 squared. So then I want to solve that quadratic equation, make that equal to 0. So I plug it into my quadratic formula. I get 24 plus minus square root of 24 squared is 576 minus 4 times a times c. Okay, that's all over 2a, which ends up being 6. So when I work this out, plug that all into my calculator, I get 24 plus minus the square root of, that's going to be square root of 840. 840. Just double check that. Okay, so it's going to be 576 minus 4 times 3 times negative 22. That's 840. Okay, so then we can factor that and simplify that expression. Okay, so 840 divided by, okay, I think the 840 is divisible by, well, at least 4. And I think that's it. Okay, so I think we can just divide by 4 and we get 210. So this simplifies to 24 plus minus 2 root 210 over 6, okay, which gets me to 12 plus minus square root 210 over 3. Okay, and the decimal values for those, working those out, I get 12 plus square root 210 divided by 3 gives me 8.83. So 8.83. Okay, and then the other coordinate, okay, I get negative 0.83. Okay, so those coordinates are going to relate to these vertices here. So this vertex here is at 0.83, so I'm going to put that in there. So negative 0.83. Okay, and then the other vertex way up here, okay, that's going to be about 8.83. Okay, we have a asymptote at 4, so just make sure I have that in there somewhere. Okay, so it's a non-permissible value there. Okay, so I'm going to test my slopes here. Testing my slopes at x equals f prime at 0. My slope at 0 is going to be negative. Okay, so it's going to be sloping down here. I've got a slope, and we can that really confirms what we're dealing with here. F prime at, let's just say, -1. At -1, I'm going to end up with a positive 24. Yeah, it's going to end up being positive. Okay, so I have a positive slope through here. Okay, and then I should test the point, for example, F5. When I plug in 5, my numerator is going to be 75 minus 10 something, 120. So that's all going to be negative. So that's going to stay negative in this region here. Okay, I've got a 0 slope here, so that represents a min. And then just testing my F prime at 10. Okay, 10 squared is 300, minus 240, minus 22 is positive. Okay, so then we end up with a positive slope here. Okay, these slope charts, really, we kind of know what we're dealing with. You do need to with these slope charts just to verify what you're dealing with here. So that's my max point, my local max. That's going to be that point there. And here is going to be my local min point. These are awkward coordinates, so I'm not going to really expect you to find the y coordinates for those points. Okay, but they're whole number coordinates. I would certainly expect you to find those, the y coordinates of the max and min points. So there it is.